Good morning, beloveds. It's been a morning already. My cats are chasing each other in the hallway. It is pouring outside, and I have been to the gym. Yay! Um, I rescheduled from Monday to today because my trainer works out at the Renaissance Festival, and last Sunday was the last Sunday, and I was trying to be nice and let him sleep in a little bit. So, it is what it is. All right. So, it is December 2nd, and we are in the month of light. And yesterday was hard, so let's see what today is. Okay. Our title is Today, Nothing Emanates from My Consciousness Other Than That Which Will Bless and Heal. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. And that is from Galatians 5:15. And then, I destroy the ignorance-born darkness by shining the lamp of wisdom. And that's from the Bhagavad Gita. All right. This lesson teaches us the law of cause and effect, the plaything of the soul. Sages have always taught that our thoughts and acts ride on a return circuit, and that they never fail to react upon us until we have transcended the negative causation set in motion by such acts. This is why we are taught that we should do to others what we would like them to do to us. It is the old law of the returning circle. In this law alone can we find exact justice, and through understanding this law, come to realize with Robert Browning, all's love, yet all's law. The universe imposes neither evil nor limitation upon us, nor can we impose evil or limitation upon it. However, being free agents, we may and must experience, at least temporarily, the results of our own acts. As the Bhagavad Gita tells us, the lamp of wisdom shining in the darkness of ignorance alone can free us. By realizing that the universe has bestowed upon me the divine right to be affected by my own act, today I guard all of my thoughts, seeing to it that nothing emanates from my consciousness other than that which blesses and heals. If nothing goes forth from me that can hurt, then nothing can return to me that can harm. The knowledge of this truth makes me wise. The consciousness of good at the center of my being is sanctuary. Faith in the justice of the universe is my altar. Upon this altar I lay my offering of peace, of joy, of prosperity for the whole world. He's going to make me work for it today. December. Yay. Okay. That's the threefold law. It's like what you put out in the world, you get back threefold. So make sure that what you put out is good, so that good will be returned unto you 3 times. And Emerson, I think it was Emerson. Well, and that quote just popped right out of my head. It's an Emerson quote about the long arc of justice. It's like, in the short term, bad things may happen, but in the long term, in the long run, there will be justice. And I mean, I totally resonate with the title today. Today, nothing emanates from my consciousness other than that which will bless and heal. Honestly, that is my goal. That is my goal. Every day when I wake up, that the thoughts that I have are kind, are compassionate, are healing, that I want to give people free passage through my head. I don't want to have negative thoughts about them. So if they cross my mind, I would like to not think bad things about them. Because my thinking bad things about them does nothing to them, but it definitely, I'm going to use the word, poisons me. When I get angry about the actions of others, if there's nothing that I can do about it, then that can be very toxic. So if I think about you, I want to have good thoughts about you. I want to think, and even if I don't, even if you are not a person, even if the person that I'm thinking of is not a good person, they are doing things that I do not approve of, that I do not like, that are not good for the world, I still want to think good thoughts about them, which is hard. Which is why our default setting is, okay, I don't like what you're doing, but I am going to know that you are a child of God, and I'm going to hold that space until you can hold that space for yourself. I'm going to know the highest and best for you so that you get what you need, so that you will stop doing what you are doing. If that makes sense. And I am human. I am absolutely human. It doesn't work 100% of the time. I freely admit that. But the goal is that when I catch myself going down that road, then I stop and I go, nope, let me back up. Let me go the other way. And do that, because those thoughts are toxic to me. And if I'm constantly poisoning my consciousness with negative thoughts about other people, then I'm not the best of who I can be. So, yeah. All right. And I got nothing on the Bible quote. I mean, it makes sense. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you not be consumed one of another. Basically, how you interact with people or how people are going to interact with you. And if you have a reputation for biting, then people are going to come at you biting, meaning with words. But if you have a reputation for speaking kindly, then people are more likely to approach you kindly. They're less likely to approach you with fear and, weapons. And yep, I destroy the ignorance-born darkness by shining the lamp of wisdom. And wisdom is experience. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. So it's this and then going out and doing. That's why I read as much as I do. And practice. Practice may not make perfect, but it does make permanent. So the more I practice, the better I am. Okay, so this lesson teaches us the law of cause and effect, the plaything of the soul, which is an interesting way to phrase that. First time I've seen that. Sages have always taught that our thoughts and acts ride on a return circuit and that they never fail to react upon us until we have transcended the negative causation set in motion by such act. It's like, what you do is going to come back. Do you want good to come back to you, or do you want not preferred to come back to you? The more good you do, the more good you're going to get back. The more toxic behaviors that you put out there, the more toxic results you're going to get. And that's just the way, that is the law of cause and effect. That is the way this world works. If I shout at my cat, the next time my cat sees me, my cat is not going to want to come to me. But if I speak kindly to my cat, I have a cat sitting next to me. This is why I'm using this example. But if I speak kindly to my cat, then if it's cold, then she will come and she will curl up in my lap and she will purr, and it will be a calming experience for both of us. So, that is cause and effect. This is why we are taught that we should do to others what we would like them to do to us. It works with the person, but sometimes it doesn't. But what it means is, so if a person shouts at me and I shout back, or I shout at a person and they shout back, then I'm going to get a reputation as a shouter. And so people are going to come at me as if I'm going to shout at them, which is less than effective. But even if a person shouts at me, if I respond calmly, then I have a reputation for speaking calmly, even in moments of stress, then people are going to treat me that way. So just because the initial interaction wasn't, that person who shouted at me may continue to shout at me, but the next person probably won't, because they have seen that I'm not shouting back, if it makes sense. So it's not necessarily an immediate, but it's a trend. The long arc of justice. It's a trend. You get a reputation. So people will start to treat you that way. It's like, oh, we've seen how you respond. And if I come to you and ask for something and I don't and I don't shout at you, then okay. I'm mangling my metaphor there, so I'm going to move on. It is the old law of the returning circle. In this law alone, we can find exact justice through understanding this law, come to realize the Robert Browning, all is love, yet all is law. I'm not that familiar with Robert Browning. I'm going to let that line lie. But basically, you get what you give. I think the Beatles said that. Or no, I'm thinking of the Rolling Stones. You don't always get what you want, but you always get what you need. The universe imposes neither evil nor limitation upon us. The universe imposes neither evil nor limitation upon us. We have learned where that comes from. It comes from us. We impose our own limitations, and the evil is a misuse of the law. Nor can we impose evil or limitations upon it. The universe, we can't limit the universe. And because evil is not a power, it is a response, a reaction, then we can't do anything to the universe again. However, being free agents, we may and must experience, at least temporarily, the results of our own acts. We must experience the results of our own acts. We get what we give. As the Bhagavad Gita tells us, the lamp of wisdom shining in the darkness of ignorance alone can free us. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. We gotta learn it, and then we gotta go do it, and then we will do better. It doesn't mean we can't learn from other people's mistakes, though. I watched my parents make a number of mistakes and went, yep, nope, not gonna do that. I'm gonna learn from their mistakes, and not do that. So that's why it's knowledge plus experience, because you can learn from other people's mistakes. And trust me, I make enough of them. I'm more than willing for you to learn from my mistakes. Please don't. Yeah. Realizing that the universe has bestowed upon me the divine right to be affected by my own act, the divine right to be affected by my own act. If I act good, then I will get good. And if I act not good, I will most likely get not good. Today, I will guard all of my thoughts, seeing to it that nothing emanates from my consciousness other than that which blesses and heals. Allow them free passage through your head. Don't let them take up space in your head. Don't let what do they say? If they're living in your head rent free and making you miserable, Raise the rent and kick them out. Allow them free passage through. Don't let them stay. That will do you more good than anything else. Let them go. And let them go with a kind thought for their highest and best, knowing that they're children of God. Okay. If nothing goes forth from me that can hurt, then nothing can return to me that can harm. That's one of those lines. That is very hardball metaphysics. We are in contract and contact. But within your own mind, if nothing comes out of your mind that hurts, nothing will come into your mind that hurts. His name just popped out of my head. He talks about pain bodies and how our pain bodies can interact. It's the Power of Now. The guy that did the Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle. Sometimes we're going to get hurt just because other people are hurting. And in those cases, our response can be, I see that you're hurting. I'm sorry that you're hurting. How can I assist you? And then if it's too much, then we gently escort them out of our life. Instead of responding back, I see that you're hurting me. I want you to hurt as much as you're hurting me. It just makes the pain worse. That's the kindness and the compassion. And that is where, when someone hurts you, you are free to remove yourself from the situation, but don't wish the pain back on them. All right. The knowledge of this truth makes me wise. The consciousness of good at the center of my being is my sanctuary. The consciousness at the center of my being. Reverend Jesse calls that the place that nothing has ever been wrong. That's your sanctuary, and when things get tough out here, that's where we go. Faith in the justice of the universe is my altar. Oof, the long arc of justice. Upon this altar, I lay my offering of peace, of joy, and of prosperity for the whole world. So, if we're going to come to the altar, what are we bringing to the altar? Honest to God, what are we bringing to the altar? Peace, joy, and prosperity for the world. And that's the long arc of justice. All right. So our mission today is to guard our thoughts. To allow only that which is healing and kind and compassionate to flow forth from us. And that means that when we have those thoughts that are not, that we acknowledge them and we let them go. And then we say, you're a child of God, and this includes for yourself. I am a child of God. You are a child of God. I bless you and send you on your way. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. It looks like the rain is letting up, so hopefully my drive to work will be fun. And not as fun as it could be when it's pouring. Yeah. All right. So, I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Do something to engage your mind and your body today. Get some fresh air, get some fresh perspective. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Do what you need to do to find that balance for that good, so that you can give people free passage through your head, so that you can see every person as a child of God, including yourself, so that you can look in the mirror and see God looking back at you. And if the eyes are the windows to the soul, open the windows. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you live in heaven now because you are a beloved child of Spirit, in whom Spirit is well pleased always. That is the state of grace that we live in. That is the state of grace that we live in. We are all children of God, or as Reverend Jesse likes to say, we're godlings. All right? So, Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. Have a wonderful day.